Hey everyone, welcome back to Where You Get Sports. This is Around the Diamond. We're joined by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Brian, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Of
Today
course.
we are discussing, are the Yankees cheaters? Obviously that might be a biased way to present it, but you know what? We're Red Sox fans, so that's how it's going to be presented. Jack, how are the Yankees cheating? How are they getting away with it? What's happening here?
The Yankees are always cheaters, Brian. So that's a great preface, I think. But no, so what the Yankees are doing is basically trying this new style of bat, right? It's called the Torpedo Bat. I've seen bowling pin bat, like candle pin bat, whatever. And it's producing more barrel to ball contact, and therefore a lot more home runs.
Yeah, so I did not know, and maybe this is bad on me, but I didn't know that all bats were not the same like size. Is that weird? Like, did you
It's
know this is a
yeah.
thing?
I know that there are like certain requirements on like diameter and weight that you need to meet within regulation, and that's at any like baseball league, right? You could be talking like Babe Ruth league in high school. You could be talking um, Major League Baseball, right? Minors even, right? They're experimenting with new stuff. So this is it's a little surprising that they were able to take it to like this level of dramatization and like say, okay, we're totally changing the shape and like I guess there's not parameters around like it's sort of like a loose interpretation of the rules basically, right? Like you're able to say, okay, sure, the meat of the bat, like maybe 3 or 4 inches from the end of the bat it was where most of the wood is going to be condensed, and then the end of it is thinner. So you might not get as much contact if you're just nubbing a slider away off, right? But I think at this point it's if you're trying to get like meat contact, right, as like based on or get like the ball on the meat of the bat, that's the you're gonna want to use this bat.
Yeah. So in 3 games, the Yankees have hit 15 home runs.
Yes,
Pretty good. They're averaging 12 runs a game so far.
not bad
Pretty good. Um, is it any chance that the Brewers are just really bad and this is overblown?
for sure. Yeah, the Brewers could stink this year. Frankly,
Mhm.
I think that's a big thing to look at. I think you look at how many of those players did hit home runs with that bat, maybe as a counter argument, and you think, okay, Aaron Judge isn't using that bat, but also does Aaron Judge need to use that bat? Like I think if it ain't broke
No.
for him, so he hit 3 of that 15 mark. But then I think it was 9 of the 15 that have hit so far are from those type of bats, right? You've got guys like Jazz Chisholm, who's not a home run hitter. Um, Jazz Chisholm, Paul Goldschmidt, who is far past his prime, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, like some guys who you'd be like, oh, okay, like that's he's just having a hot start. But I think there's some correlation here, right? Maybe not directly like, hey, 100% this is why this is happening, but like it's probably helpful.
So we were talking before this. You're saying that an MIT guy uh, invented this bat for the Yankees. Is that right?
Yeah, so he's a minor league, or he was a minor league hitting coordinator, and he's an MIT grad. I believe it's a physicist of some sorts. I don't want to give him the wrong title, so I'm not gonna really like throw shit at a wall here. But what I will say, it's physics, so physics professor. That's what it was. And he basically said like, I want to figure out this problem, and then basically increase the size of the barrel on their bat, because that was where like they did an analysis for all the players individually on where they were mostly making contact on like the end of the bat, and then based on that said you would be better off with a barrel like or the meat of the bat like right here. So they did that. They made some sort of like close to, I guess, I mean it's within league standards bat, right, and said, okay, now try this, and here are the results.
What do you think the ultimate outcome is going to be from this? Because like either every team is going to have this, or it's going to get banned. What do you think is more likely?
I think we had a nice spirited debate in our group chat this morning. I think where so shout out Chris and Rhett especially, but I think when it comes to more runs, I think this is kind of the conclusion. Like if it comes to more runs and more bats on balls, I think the exciting aspect of the game and the nature of trying to increase the intensity and like excitement of baseball would probably be give everybody these bats. Like let's figure out what is the criteria, what is this. I think a counter argument that was made is like it's if only the Yankees can have it, why are only the Yankees using it, right? So like where are the other teams that are using it? Do they need an astrophysicist as well to come in and help build these bats? Like he's employed by the Yankees. Is he going to give up that design to somebody else? Or are they just going to try to, make their own? Like, I think at the end of the day, though, I would be surprised if this wasn't sort of sensationalized throughout the league, similar to the axe handle bats. Again, Rhett brought this up earlier, but the axe handle bats, it kind of were the biggest thing in like 2017, 2018, like Mookie Betts used one on the Red Sox, for example. So it could be a sensationalized thing. They may do some testing and say, hey, there's actually nothing here. Like, it's just the Yankees got kind of lucky. But I think I would be surprised if it wasn't allowed. And then maybe down the line, if it was proven it does or doesn't work, then you'll probably see it either fade out or completely take off.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a whole major at MIT now of baseball bat designers.
Wood density and location of barrel of bat. Yeah, it's going to be, it might get intense.
Definitely will. So sorry, science that actually matters, but these MIT graduates are on to bigger and better things.
Listen, money talks, Brian. So if that's where the money's at, they're going to do this stuff. That's fine, right? Figure out the density, figure out the location. Let's do some exit velo stats and numbers and all that. But I haven't looked at it like too deep, obviously, but if I'm looking at the bat just like organically, it looks like I would guess that you're hitting a lot of better oppo field contacts just based on how the bat, instead of the traditional, like it's the same thickness throughout, you've kind of got like the boom, boom. And then if you're hitting it with the end of the bat, that oppo is kind of pushing it either maybe more foul also, depending on like, I don't know. The small sample size, right? I think too soon to tell, but it's intriguing to look at and think about the possibilities that have come from this.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to wait and see. Obviously, it's only 3 games. Can't really make like a huge sample size out of that or draw any big conclusions, but so far, so good for the Yankees.
It's sensational. So let's see if this is sensationalization or if this is like just, they're onto something here.
Yeah. So anything else from the first real weekend of baseball that you wanted to talk about?
Some interesting stuff out there. White Sox are above 500. That's a shout out to them. They are on pace to win more games than they did times like 5 last year. So progress.
That's huge.
That's huge. Yeah. I don't know. I think again, too soon to tell. Are the Brewers just really bad? Or the White Sox actually good? White Sox, for you betting folks out there, were plus 22,000 to win the NL Central, I believe it was. So,
oh boy.
That's going to be
something.
I think if you are a man of like, let's throw some money on something and see what happens, that might be something to throw your money on.
Yeah. And your next move should probably be calling the number at the bottom of the screen on those commercials.
Agreed.
If you're betting on the White Sox.
Agreed, for sure. Especially to win games. That's a problem.
No, that's no good at all. Red Sox 1-4.
Not good.
Not the start we were looking for.
Looking more like the White Sox, I think.
Yeah.
Some really rough numbers for Raffy Devers out there right now too. I think it's 15 strikeouts he's up to in like 19 at bats. So,
Jesus Christ.
A couple of good walks though. Like, great job, Raffy.
Yep,
but some promising stuff. Yeah, promising stuff from Willie Abreu and Christian Campbell, which has been nice to see. Alex Bregman face planted earlier today, also at the time of recording. So
great.
Very telling of how the first 5 games have gone so far. It's not really cohesive. Let's give it some time. I think we'll be fine. But I'm more excited about our prospect pool. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter or X, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. So follow me there. You can also listen to some of our other shows, like At the Buzzer. So here on Wicked Good Sports, myself, Brian, and Ryan will also do some recordings on basketball, the ongoings in the NBA. And as we're getting into the playoffs, especially exciting times.
Almost here.
So, for sure. You can follow me.
More games.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting nonstop about that stuff, especially as we get closer.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. We got a game in 14 minutes from the time of recording, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you, everyone, so much for checking out this segment. If you're watching just the clipped out video, really appreciate it. Check out the rest of our videos. If you're listening to the podcast, going to go to the next segment.